men and their families. It is a deep and personal tragedy.
Mesdames, Messieurs, bonsoir. Welcome to Frenchy Taboo Talk. My name is Pierre, is Nobu. And tonight for the third podcast, we will have the pleasure to invite someone who is an immigrant, a good immigrant. His name is Isaac. He's a Christian from Lebanon. And we're going to talk about immigration. We're going to talk about religion. We're going to talk about all the things that matters and all the things that nobody wants to talk about. Isaac, welcome to the podcast. How are you today?
I'm fine. I'm so fine. Thank you for having me. I can say Yona Potkivanok. I can say have a good day. I can say salut. I can say marhaba in Arabic. So I can greet all of people who can hear us.
Okay.
So thank you for having me again, and let's have a good time.
Okay. Let's shoot. Do you believe you're a good immigrant in Hungary?
Till now, yes, I'm a good immigrant.
What makes you believe so?
Because I'm a student. I born in Syria. I grew up in Syria and I studied in Lebanon in university. I born in Latakia, which is a beautiful coastal city on the Mediterranean, which has a diversity of people, diversity of religious, diversity of everything. And I came from a great culture that represents a lot of great stuff, which I can reflect it now here in Hungary. First of all, I came to Hungary to really see the world from the perspective that the other people see us as Arab countries, as I can say, which is really good enough. But for me, exchange the good stuff of my culture and adapt the good stuff of the Hungarian culture, it's so good.
And again, a second, you said to see us Arab people, but you are Christian. And for most of the people from the Western world, when they say the word Arab people, they think Muslim. Can you please explain us?
I can explain it more. Jesus Christ was in Jerusalem, which is in Levantine country. And Christianity came from our region, which is unfortunately not a lot of European people knows. When I say I'm Syrian or Lebanese, I'm Christian, they are surprised. They are really surprised. Why are you surprised? Christianity came from our region. So for me, Arab people are diverse. There's Christianity, Muslims, a lot of really a lot of beliefs. And even we have parts inside of the religions. So it's interesting to know, and to the whole world know that there is a lot of Christian people who are came from those countries. And I think we are the base of Christianity because it came from our region and we stayed there till now.
Do you have any Muslim friends? Do you have any Jewish friends?
I have, yes. I have Muslim best friends. I have our neighbors back in hometown are Muslims. I have creative Muslim friends. They are so good. They are creative in life. They can give the community at the same time a lot of stuff. And honestly, the thing, it depends about how you grew up and where you grew up. So I love them. They are good. Not all of them. Most of them are good.
How can you explain that in France currently, maybe you hear that KFC, Five Guys, Pizza Hut, and Quick, who are fast food chains, are turning now in some restaurants into full halal in France, which is my opinion, was a Christian country.
Okay, that's, for me, it counts on the government. Because for me, if I want to come to Hungary now and change the whole culture to suit me, But for me, I don't have a problem because I'm Christian. But if I came here and I want to change it as my beliefs, now if I believe in the wall, I want everything to be white. And we are a big group of people. And the government will say, yes, of course, you are welcome. You are more than welcome. It's my fault? No, of course. It's the government fault. Because they have to put strict rules that you have to adapt the culture, not to change the culture, which is a big thing.
True that. You know, in my first monologue, we last 28 minutes, my first episode that you watch, my definition of being a good immigrant resides in three things. The first one is to provide to the country, not ask money, but deliver, pay taxes, spend money where you live to help the business growth of the people. The second is to adapt to the culture. The third, to speak the language. To be honest, I fucked up on the third one, but the good thing is Hungarian people are very tolerant with us.
They say in Hungarian, "Shemi boy," no problem.
But when we take the example of, the Somalian fraud, which is now valued at 9 billion, we can see there's a framework, and it joins actually your point. I want to elaborate on what you say, that it's allowed by the government, because we can see that these Somali people actually were providing votes. So governors, are like pretty much open to say to the people, hey, come there and vote for me so they can be elected. Don't you think actually that in the Western world, or maybe in Minnesota at least, there are really some traitors?
Of course. Man, unfortunately, most of governors in the West, they are prefer to making more profit than, they don't care about you, they don't care about me, they care about their pockets. If it is full of money, so it's perfect. If it's not, here we have a problem. So by their agenda, what are they are doing now? It's filling a lot of money, so it's fine to them. So I don't think they will stop it. But at the end, there is a lot of bad stuff they are doing towards the European culture and to the Christian community, if one to say.
So, to previously, and the reason, my main topic on the Frenchy Taboo Talks is to show people that actually we are in Hungary, there are loads of immigrants from different religion, from different culture, and we deliver added value. And immigrant is a good word. And I want to make immigrant word being a great word. I've been like an immigrant for 30 years. I invited previously Sheriff, when you watch us, we love you. And I want to show that we can here in Hungary, having different cultures, religion, we live peacefully together. So now, last time I asked a question to Sheriff and I say, Sheriff, do you believe that the Western world is being Islamized, that there's loads of Islam coming in? That's my question to you. Do you believe the Western world is under increasing Islamization?
Honestly, what can I say? It's both parties' fault. It's a governor's fault and the immigrants' fault.
You don't answer my question. Do you believe the Western world...
Yes, of course.
Okay.
My question, of course, yes.
Because
you can see this, I can see this. If anyone would not see this, he's blind, man.
Well,
He's totally
actually, to be honest, looking at France, most of the leftist people. I'm not here representing any political party. I only voted.
Neither me. I'm not.
Nobu neither. Nobu believes in food. Yes.
I love Nobu because I believe in food too.
Yeah, but the thing is, leftist people in France do believe that it's completely okay. And to be honest with you, when I saw that 4 big chains of food start doing halal food in a country where we eat a lot of pig, there is even celebration, La Saint-Jean, tadada, where, the peasants were killing the pig, and from the pig you do loads of food. So pig is into our, Historically, we eat pig. And then people tell us, I'm going to eat halal. Me personally, as a French man, French, well, what is it to be French? But for me, French is to enjoy food and wine and women and sense of humor. I'm a bit shocked about that we let people suddenly apply this. So you agree that the Western world is being under a higher and higher level of, Islamism?
Of course, because when big food chains turn into halal, so they are, but the point of them, it's not of Islamization. If you want to see it in the economic way, they will get benefit more.
Sure.
Because you know, and I know, that the more people now in French who are buying and doing stuff,
P&L matters.
they are Muslims.
Yeah.
So if you want to work financially wise, you have to put it halal, because you will gain more. You will gain more money. Man.
P&L matters. Money talks. Yeah.
Yes. So when money talks, everything stops, man. At the end, what do I believe? Even in Germany, they are like, when you are the government, don't provide the right environment to make the new immigrants, refugees, anything you can say, out of the European countries, they don't provide the right environment for them to really be in the like social life, the real German social life. Why? In Germany now, there are like 1.5 million Syrians, who are, most of them are refugees. And I can say most of them, not all of them, of course, came from rural places in Syria, which we don't see in the streets, even. If I was in Syria, I will not see them.
Yeah.
But as a refugee, if you came from Syria to like a certain city in Germany, and you have your uncle opens a shawarma store, and you just need to work. You don't need to learn anything. You just need to work there, and you gain money. Or the other option, you have to learn German. You have to adapt and new things from another culture. You have to study hard, and then you have to work to gain money. What do you choose? The optimal way is option 2, of course. But let's be realistic. Most of the people will choose the first option. Okay, I travel to another country. I will go to the easy option, which is option 1. I will work to someone who I know, who is Arabic, who is from my country, who opened nana.
Okay. But this is, precisely where I make a distinction between a good immigrant and a bad immigrant. Because if you really want to go in another country to work with your people, well, why don't you stay in your country? I mean, Hungary for me has been my hardest integration. 4 years. It's been very hard. And actually, I respect a lot Hungarian people for protecting, their culture, their people. And here, I'm a guest. And I think, some people who travels to another country and wants to feel at home is missing completely the purpose of being an immigrant. I think, and what I said in my first podcast that you loved, and I would like to thank you to my 95 followers, guys, big up. Migration is a, humanity superpower. However, we shall not go in a country to try to replicate what we had. We shall create something new. We shall adapt, deliver to the culture, and, so I'm a bit since you don't really ask me the question, but I'm going to answer it.
But I understand you fully. But what my point is, if you will be in a conditions that you can make money without going out of your comfort zone, you will make it, man. For me, I will make it. Everyone will make it.
How?
How?
Selling drugs and weapons?
No. Of course not.
So,
For me, of course not.
okay.
For me, of course not.
Yeah.
But most of the people who came from low socio-economic situations, which is hard to hear, and they had to flew out of their places because they were in real danger at some time. They just want to live. They want money.
Yeah, but out of the terrorist attack we had in France, they all use forged Syrian passport, and the Bataclan and all the terrorist attacks were used about
Yes,
like Syrian.
But when you now say they used forged Syrian passports, so they are using the case of Syria
Yeah.
to ruin the picture of Syria.
Yes.
But the real thing is now, as we can say, the blame comes to both parties, the people who are coming and the governments.
Sure.
Now, we can see in Hungary. Now, Hungary, it's a great country, it's a safe country. It has maybe a little bit financial problems, but if you are smart, you can make money. It's not that big. So in Hungary now, but my problem, honestly, with Hungary, now I'm a student in Hungary. If I'm a normal class student and I graduated from a Hungarian university, I'm studying computer science engineering. It's hard for me as a third country passport holder to be a common worker or a common employee. They are not allowing this.
Yeah.
So for me, I am against the Western, of course, mentality, how they are treating this now. And I am not against this because the results are really good, but at the same time,
Yeah.
don't treat everything like blindlessly. Why? Because in a point, they are really good people. They can add value. In Germany, there are a lot of Syrian doctors who are really adding value to the country, who are really great, because in Syria, in Damascus University, the medicine in Syria is in one of the toppest in the world.
Easy, Tiger. It's his friends who's being the top of the world. Come on.
It was, man.
So, my sister is a surgeon. That's why maybe I'm a bit protecting my own stuff.
No. So, but really, I'm talking facts. I'm talking out of my community who I can see, who it's real. I am against of the point of Islamization in the West. But
and talking about that, do you believe there's a link between Islamization of the West and rise of insecurity?
Yeah, that's a hard question.
That's a taboo fucking question. I'm sorry to say.
If we want to be real, of course, yes.
Yes.
Why? Because there are people who interacted with the same fraction of people for all their lives, and they pump. I woke up, I'm Germany. But it's so hard, man. It's not easy. And they continue with their life as it is, which is, yes, at some points, there are a lot of people who wants to change the culture for them to be comfortable.
Yeah, but then it's not immigration. It's about conquering.
But
it's about to conquer.
Of course, but do you think it is the fault on those people? No, of course, because they raised like this, they've been like this, who are letting them to stay like this. The government.
Okay. Let's be short. Yes. Don't you believe at the end of the day that people who grew up, in the Middle East had a fucking tough life? They're so bombed, they're so tough, and then they arrive in the West and they see kind of pussies all around, and they say easy peasy, 9 billion from the Somalian frauds. It's pretty impressive. 12 million from Mauritanian guy that we welcomed in France, while farmers and teachers and students are they would need these 12 millions. And while the boss when the fraud happened, 12 million euro, the boss who was overseeing it, a guy from ENA, the highest rank, the elite of France, he gets a medal. the guy gets a medal because suddenly, under his watch, he fucked up. You would do that in private sector, you fired, bro.
I know.
But this guy, celebrated. Okay.
Sorry for interrupting. Let's not use the word Middle East because
Yeah.
Middle East has not historical proof, nothing. It's a geopolitical thing. We are Levantine. We are
So what
Levant
does
countries.
it include, Levantine?
Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, and Palestine. So
What about Israel?
Israel.
She's behind the camera, our friend from Israel.
So for me, I believe both people has to be there because as a Christian, I didn't believe in the existence of Israel, so I'm not Christian. So the real say, I believe they have to live under one government because they were there and the Palestinians were there. If we want to say Palestinians and Israelis, but they are one people, man, because there were a lot of Jew people there and there were a lot of
Living all
Christian-
together.
Of course, and there was a lot of Christian, but the land was Jew land. Because in our Bible, it wrote that the Jesus Christ came to Jerusalem and he was the king of Jews. That's how we thought about our religion.
I mean, that's very interesting because, you're talking about the times where all the religion could live all together.
Yes.
And peacefully and freely.
We can live. We lived in Lebanon, in Syria. Man, in Syria in 1990s or 1980s, we had clubs, we had nightlife, we had alcohol. Now it's more prohibited because I don't know why. Really, I don't know why.
Let's ask Nobushkovich, do you have anything to say?
Even in Lebanon, they called it the Eastern Switzerland. Lebanon, it's so beautiful. It has so great culture that you can say great nightlife, luxurious places that you can go, and
Isaac,
a lot of great
Isaac,
things that can
did you have homesick? Are you homesick from Syria?
Of course,
What do you miss
of course.
apart from your family?
A part of my family, I miss the land, man. I miss the social life there is good. What I said to you when we first met, I said to you, you are the coolest European I've ever met, if you remember.
I'm the best French immigrant in
Yes,
Hungary.
Of course. So when I said this to you, I really mean it because here it's so complicated to build a really good social life with others. If I was like introvert and I cannot speak, I will be alone, man. But when someone as you be a friend to me as a student, and we are friends, so and you appreciate me as a friend, and I appreciate you so much as a friend.
I do,
and
sir.
Know this. So at the end, the place that I came from, it's really good because I raised in a good situation. Most of the people who came, in the other hand, who raised in a bad situation, they will be bad. Because in France, there are good people and bad people.
Hang on a second. My dad grew up in a very kind of poor family.
Okay.
Yeah. The guy was, that's what he told me. He was having one short during summer, winter. They were pretty fucking poor.
Cheers for you.
He was, so I don't believe that being from a poor environment. Let me remind you, in France, we have free education, free healthcare, many free stuff. And I think it's pretty unfair to see that. My point, since you asked me the question, is I do believe Western, politicians are traitors. Like Tim Walz was a traitor in Minnesota.
Of course.
Because they are looking for power and they forget,
they are not looking for power. They are looking for money.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
It.
And so the only question, do you think, is it a good thing or not to be a nationalist?
Of course, yes.
Is it, of course, good or of course bad?
Of course, good, man. Because
And attends, you know that if you say that in the Western world, people will say, "Oh, you're a nationalist, then you're a fascist, you're a Nazi."
no. I want to say something. I will say it in Arabic then in English.
Yeah.
Because we say اللي ما عنده ماضي ما عنده حاضر. It's who doesn't have a past, he will not have a present. So, if you are not proud of where you come from, you will not have a proper present for you. So for me,
Amen.
I'm proudly.
Amen. Amen. And that, I do believe, there are actually some politician people who are diverting the thinking because I do believe also, I agree with you on this, that being nationalist is like to recognize the past of your country, celebrates it, and try to do better tomorrow. The thing is, on the West, we are blaming the West about you had colonies, you had this, you had that. But bro, colonies, it was happening because it was making sense,
Yes.
And by the way, I was not born. So I would say to these people, go fly a kite, and it is what it is, but don't ask me about that. And I'm not gonna repent from stories about the past. It's not really my problem.
What is my real question is,
Yeah.
if you are the president
Yeah.
of France
Yes.
and you can say each application for the embassy of France in each country in the world, will you accept good people, or you have in one hand you have to check each application and you have to investigate the people who are good and who are not, or in the second hand you just refuse everybody and you make it so rare, the people that come, and you make benefit for yourself financial wise by making refugees come, and you make money and you don't care about safety.
Yeah, but you know what? The thing is, these people are cowards. These people are traitors.
I don't care about the people's.
Okay.
I care about your opinion.
Okay.
If you
My
were the
opinion,
president, what will you do?
Yes. President, the thing is, the world is very mixed. I'm an immigrant for 30 years. And here in Hungary, on the table, there's a Hungarian flag. I am, and by the way, I'm kind of a, nationalist Hungarian. I'm here and I want Hungary to prosper. That's why I spend all my money that I hardly earn. This is why I do believe Hungary is making a change, because they are saying us, Magyars, are Christians, and we will not accept bad immigrants. Because to be a good immigrant, if you come in a country and you have no money, stay home, bro.
Okay,
if you don't have any diploma,
know what is the problem is in Hungary.
If there's only one problem,
Now, I will talk about Hungary now. The problem in Hungary now, even they are making scholarships for a lot of people who came from a lot of countries.
Smoking is bad.
Yes, they came a lot of countries, and now they are, after they give them the scholarship and they study for free, they are making it hard for them to make legal residency in Hungary, because they can't be common employee like anyone. I love Hungary from all of my heart, and I think
so do I.
Yes, I think they are really going well. But this point, man, you are investing in someone. Scholarships is investing when the government is investing in a lot of great people or good people that come, and even bad people. When they come, they finish their studies, they want to work. Okay, you don't employ them. I respect this. But they are really good people who came with scholarship, and they spend their whole time here, and they are good in community. They have great grades, very good grades.
Sorry to interrupt.
It's
Are you
hard
willing
for
to
them.
work? Are you willing to work here after the end of your diploma?
For me, it's a different situation, because if I want to stay in Hungary, I would open any project and stay here. I can pay money and stay here. It's like in an easier way than the others.
You know what?
I'm
I
not
do
a
believe.
scholarship
What is the
student.
problem? Since it's been 4 years I'm living here, Hungary got like massive, huge inflation, salaries. And that's why people would like to have a change in Hungary for like a guy. It's not politically advice, but I don't support Peter Magyar. I think this guy is a fraud. I think this guy, he used to be into the NER. He was married to a girl in the NER for 21 years. And then he said, yeah, NER are bad people. Hey, bro, for 21 years you were there. You're just a broken heart and you're a puppet. Good looking guy, like Trudeau, like Macron, this kind of dude. So they are complete fraud. The problem of the youth in Hungary is actually they don't get paid enough.
Yes, which is true. That's what I'm saying. Even the Hungarian people, or we can say in a real way, Hungary is not a country of a lot of youth people. Like there's a lot of old people here, so they need the Hungarian people to stay, which is they are not staying because if they can travel and they can travel to another countries and put a little bit of effort and take a lot of money more than here, they will do it.
Exactly.
So Hungary needs the hand workers who they work in the field, not just Hungarians from each around the world, but at the same time, they have to investigate them. But unfortunately, they are making it blind. No, we don't need anyone. No, Hungary needs a lot of good people. There is a lot of good people.
So, hey, Isaac, let's talk about geopolitical. What's your take about what's going on currently in Iran?
Honestly, I'm with the people. Like,
Which people? Because it seems like there are two
I'm
people.
with the people of Iran, not the government of Iran. So,
Well, attends. When, by the way, the Khamenei, the current leader, do you know which plane brought him to Iran?
was it
When he
American?
took over after the Shah, he arrived with a plane in Iran. Do you know what was the plane?
No, I don't know. But I
Well,
think
let
it
me
was an
tell you, my
American
bro,
plane.
it was Air France. Because French Secret Services, French Secret Services were hosting that guy. It was under François Mitterrand, a socialist guy, 14 years. We were hosting that guy. So what happens now? And I want to tell it to everybody. The current guy in Iran was supported by France. And he arrived with a plane from Air France. All right? That's what France did by its past. Yeah? Not my responsibility. So there are a lot of people when there are this meeting and stuff. So they are all Muslim, okay, but I know there's always a split between Shiite and Sunni, tarada. Thing is, what is your current take? When you say I'm with the people of Iran, well, there are two people. There are people who, which people are you for?
I'm with the real people of Iran.
Oh,
The real
you.
Iranians.
What does it mean?
Which means I'm with the people who wants good Iran. I'm with the people who wants a good country.
Smoking is bad.
Don't smoke. I'm with the people who wants Iran in the past, who they can wear bikinis,
Persia.
and they are fine. If you asked most of Iranian, and I was with a Iranian friend yesterday, honestly, he works in a bar here in Budapest. I asked him, hello, bro, where is your family? He said they are in Iran and I don't know shit about them. I was like, what? I said, are they good? He said, I don't know. He said to me, I've been in the Iranian jails because I was with the revolution. I said, okay, it makes sense. If you're against the government, they will put you in jail. Then he continued his speech. He said, and I was studying PhD and they kicked me out. And I was here like surprised. You are great academically and they ended your career academically, and you are working now as a waiter in a place just because you are against the government. So it's a harsh thing. It's a really big thing. It's
Yeah,
a
but
crazy
attends. So, okay, before COVID, we had the big movement in France called the Yellow Vests. We sent, like we are sending shame on you, Emmanuel Macron, current French president. We send like CRS, which has like muscled, police forces against our farmers. So, whatever the country, maybe we're not going to do torture, but we send them in jail. By the way, do you know in 2024 how many people in UK got, trialed and put for short moment in jail for 1 day or two because they put a tweet? Do you know the number?
No.
12,183 in UK. And he searched like, why do you give money to, immigrants and not to us? Boom, jail. Only 10% are being trialed.
They were in jail, man. But in Iran now, in 2 days, there were 12,000 people who are killed by the government.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
So it's a
And
big
so the
difference.
thing is, what's your take? Because, we always sometimes criticize the, American imperialism.
Of course.
Okay. What is your take about a potential intervention of US in, I guess, conjoint with, Israel to make a change?
Honestly, the American system is going like it's good at some point.
Yeah.
I have to be fair.
Yeah.
Yes, I have to be fair because United States wants themselves to be the best, which I respect. But at the other hand, you are harming another people to stay in control, which is not understandable. But for me, if I will be the president of Syria, I will be the president of Lebanon, let's say, I want to be the best country in the world, of course. But at the same time, I don't want to harm another people. So,
Would you have any problem to suddenly do like a Venezuelan style operation and kidnap Khamenei?
I will not do it.
You will not do it.
Khamenei, yes, of course. But
okay.
for the president of Venezuela, no.
Ah ouais?
Yes, because the fact says, like out of the media, the people likes their president. They like him. Man. He's good, and he's giving the country resources to the people, which
Yeah,
they have the right to get
to the
them.
people, but he funded like I don't know how many tons of gold to. Well, to be honest with you, it's a big question mark for me. It depends on which side you are sitting on. Venezuela, I don't know shit about Venezuela, bro. I mean, I don't know nothing. People are portraying us, it was about get. We all know they came for oil. And this, natural resources always been the fight from the US, pretending bringing democracy.
But it's stealing, man.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, just like,
I will,
Sure.
I will say, if I came to your home for whiskey
yeah.
and I want to take you out of the home to drink whiskey, it's stealing.
Yeah.
If you didn't let me to drink whiskey in your house.
Yeah.
So it's a bad thing. If I want to forcefully take it, so it's stealing.
Yeah.
So for me, America is doing great. And I respect
For its
Donald
people,
Trump.
for its people, no?
Yes, and I respect the president at some point, but he has a lot of wrong stuff, man. Which is I will say normal.
What,
but
you
not
talking
normal
about
at the same
Epstein? Let's
Maybe.
release a paper. Everybody was saying we're going to release a paper of Epstein.
Maybe.
And then, pam, Fugazi. It
Bro,
disappeared.
Money talks. When you want to hide
Money
something,
talks.
you can hide it.
And you know what is my problem? I only voted once in my life. And you know why? Because for people to get the power, they need money. Who funds the politician? And in France, for example, there's full opacity when it comes about the funding of an election. Do you know how much cost a Kamala Harris presidential election? By the way, vice president of Kamala Harris was Tim Walz, who was taken by Nick Shirley, a 24 Gen Z young man.
Yes,
you know?
Man, I'm Gen Z. Don't
Cheers to you guys. The guy, thanks to a censor-free platform like X, thank you, Elon, he managed to cut his career.
Of course.
And this guy was running. But again, my question is, how much was the cost of the, promotion for Kamala Harris?
Billions of dollars.
1 billion. 1 fucking billion. Damn, bro, it's a huge, it's a lot of money.
Of course.
So all politicians is money to run and be elected. You understand that. You cannot bite the hand of someone feeds a dog. So the problem is politicians for me are really much puppets and they always have to give back to who fund them. And my problem in France is actually, I would like to know, and I will vote again in France the day I have a disclosure of who gave the money. Because I will know then for who this guy will run. Macron is a fraud. Nobu told me today that, and I was pretty shocked, that Macron met his wife when he was a teacher at 14. He was 14. He's underage. Bro, this is underage. Actually, yeah, she should. Some people tell me, Nobu told me, Brigitte Macron may be a man. And there's a lot, Candace Owens, and I was shocked, Nobu, what the fuck you telling me this? I was surprised. But it's very weird because when you look at Emmanuel Macron, since he's been running our country, he sold all the biggest companies.
He got slapped.
Also and you know what?
By his husband.
And you know what? Once they opened the door, presidential, and he take a slap. And today he was talking to the army.
I think you were having fun when you saw it.
Bro, I don't know. Nobu is always bringing me top information. I don't know where he gets that, but today, Emmanuel Macron was talking to the army and he had a big red eye full of blood. I think his wife, maybe with the nails he got into his eyes because it's such a disgrace to see a president being slapped in front of the cameras.
It's hard, man. If I will be slapped, I'm not a president. Slapped in front of the camera, it went viral.
It's kind of awkward. So a lot of people in France think actually the wife of my president is a man. Really? Nobu told me this. Me, to be honest, I was Nobu. Are you sure about your sources? Yeah. I have a lot of dogs around the world who tell me stuff. I say, Nobu, I don't believe anything. I don't have any proof. Thing is,
let us leave his sexual life to him. But
yeah,
our real point is, come on, a president who's marrying 25 years older.
That sexually abused because he was 14.
Bro, he was like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't.
So Nobu telling me,
And Nobu told me this.
Nobu told you also.
Yes, we was having fun, sometime in Octagon.
Yeah.
So he told me, Isaac, I think it's a pedophile story.
Yes. I was shocked also. Nobu is always bringing me stuff absolutely crazy.
But in the other hand, there's a lot of emotional people. Oh, it's a true love story.
well.
What? It's
when you're a teacher and you're a kid, is it a love story or you're like using your power to? I don't know. Anyway, I think it's under my president, the current president. Oh yeah, because now French people they do believe they want to make a change. USA wants to go to Greenland. Greenland. So my president. He's a big guy. He doesn't know how to fight. He never did anything, meaningful. He's sending 15 guys, 15 brave military people that fighting for their country. 15 guys in Greenland to fight against Trump. I mean, it's like 15.
15 guys.
15.
He would
Wow.
be afraid. Man, he took a president from his house. He will be afraid from. He will not be afraid from 1 million.
I'm like,
guys.
honestly, I'm like, okay, this guy is a joke. I do believe, and I'm saying honestly, my grandfather did First World War. My grandfather did Second of World War, then Vietnam. My dad was a French Air Force pilot. And by the way, you know, in Lebanon, in 1983, there was like a massive, through Hezbollah, a terrorist attack killing 53 soldiers in France, the Drakkar. My dad went into the mission to do a show of force under François Mitterrand above Beirut. My dad was ahead of that.
Wow.
So I grew up on my bloodlines from my father. We were like warriors. It's very sad to see how my country is turning, So now my question to you.
Can I ask you a question now?
Wow, please.
Okay. It's great. Thank you for letting me.
Oof.
So, my real question is, now in a point, if you would, or if you really can, change one thing in the world, just one thing in Europe or one thing in your country, what would it be? And I hope so it will be for immigration, because at some point I'm with you.
Well, it's pretty simple. We all flow in our veins the same blood. Through my podcast, I am showing that immigrant is great, whatever the religion. So my point is, what are your intentions? And you can welcome anybody in a country, but what are your intentions? And France shall remain France. Italy shall remain Italy with its perks and culture. So me, the things I would like to change is all the people trying to fuck the flag, fuck the system. Because, my teachers, my farmers, my students in France, students are struggling. They are the future. They are like treated like shit. While Jean-François Karenko, watch my previous 10-minute new formats, 72, elite guy, under his watch, there's a guy from Mauritania, he stole 12 million euro. And these 12 million should go to our farmers, to our teachers, to our students. So what I would make sure is everybody who is not aligned into the value and the interest of France would be sent back straight to their country with, on top of that, a beautiful kick in the ass.
That's nice, honestly. No, but what really I want to say, in the world, there is an agenda. And I don't believe there is any politician in the whole world who is clean and will stay too long. So I believe there is, of course, like there's good people, there's bad people. In political field, there's a lot of good people. At the same time, there's bad people. But who are really controlling or takes control, the bad people.
Yeah.
Belief.
You just drop a word here, an agenda.
And the good people will not stay long more than 5 or 6 months, because I will
Smoking is
consider
wrong.
myself as a politician, and I'm a good politician. Will not take a bribe.
Would you like to be in politics?
No. Because honestly, because it's a field of conflicts will never end, and it's like, when you play a match of football.
I was always put in the goalkeeper, so I don't really know about
Me
that.
too, because I was big, so I was filling out the goal.
That's we both
we
both
have
sent
a
to
common stuff,
goalkeeper.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
So I believe I will describe it as a football game where you can, or as American says, soccer game, where you already know the result before you are playing.
Yeah, but attends,
I
again,
believe in every country, there is rigged stuff, and everyone, not everyone, a little bit of people, like really a little amount of people know what will happen in the politics field. Why? Because everything is directed by I don't know who, but it's directed by someone. Because at the end,
it's directed by the people who put the money on the table.
Thank you.
End
Yes,
of
yes,
story.
I'm good.
End of story.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
and that's why in France there's no transparency about who fund politicians. That's it. You know. And by the way, do you know Fugees? The Fugees.
yes.
You know, there's a guy, one of the singer, now is going to jail because he funneled millions for the campaign of Barack Obama, who, by the way, I watched a documentary, an interview of a guy who was sucking his cock while doing crack cocaine when Barack Obama was actually deputy. And no, seriously, it's not me saying bad stuff. It's a true story. This guy from the Fugees now is going to go 12 years in jail because he funneled millions into his campaign. And the thing is, here, I love everybody in the world, but we have to understand that there are people in their life, they might not be opened to stuff. So to get elected, you know, sometimes Viktor Orban, I heard here in Hungary, we call him Vico Potato. You go in a village, you give potato, people are happy, I vote for you. So you need the money. Who is putting the money? So, you know, politicians, like now in France, they're Bardella, Renouveau National. They consider it as a far right. Nothing compared to actually, you know, what is far right in Israel, for example. There's this guy, Jordan Bardella, very nice. I mean, he's very good. You know what? He does a lot of selfies. He has good ideas. The guy doesn't speak fucking English, bro. What the fucking disaster! It's a disaster.
Yes, of course.
And when you look at the rest, I mean, to be honest with you, France is doomed. Italy is doomed. Belgium is doomed. Germany is doomed. And what I really love as being an immigrant here in Hungary is actually they protect.
But I will say again and again, the problem is from the governors more than the people who are come to the country. And what I really want to say again, Islamization is bad. And now it's a real taboo talk. Islamization is really bad. It's like, can ruin a lot of stuff. But Muslims people are good. Who really, like Sharif who were in here, and a big hello to him.
Exactly, yeah.
Yes, of course. So there is a lot of Muslims people who are creative,
Fantastic.
who are education, got a great education, like who are really know how to live and who knows how to give a real value, added value to any community they will be in. But if you want, like Iran, if you want to speak, if you want to go back to Iran, if you want to Islamize the country, it's so fucking bad. I'm sorry for my words. It's really bad. But if you want to be a Muslim who contributes to a country and really contributes from your heart, you will be fine. But if you came, I want to make this no Christmas markets. What? No, you can't do this.
What the heck?
You have
yeah,
to
but
stop.
should we remind that religion should be, you know, a path of spirituality,
Of course.
you know, and not a path of like going for war.
I watched the podcast between you and Sharif, and he said the religion is between you and God.
Yeah,
You don't have to show it,
exactly.
which I really respect.
Yes.
Which I I don't want to determine because I will be bad in the percentages, but I think 70% of Muslims wants their religious to be with them and with other people, not with them and the God.
Yeah, but now
And I
I'm gonna be super taboo. I said these people, they can be Jewish, they can be Christian, they can be Muslim. If you really want to make that happen, you are undereducated.
Of course.
All right.
That's what I gotta say. Because they are extremists in every religion. They are extremists in Christianity, in Jews, in Muslims. But unfortunately, what we are really seeing now in Europe, or in most of the countries, honestly, the Islamization, like if you want to talk about Saudi Arabia was strict Islamic country. It began to grow when the prince now and Turki al-Sheikh is doing a lot of great stuff to make, he's making Riyadh season, he's making boxing venues, he's making a lot of, he's bringing a lot of actors from all around the world.
Yeah.
So when
money talks.
of course, but when he get out of the point of we are strict Muslims, nothing to do, you can do nothing. Now the country is being good. Now the country is being interesting. Now the country.
Yeah, but
That's what I'm saying.
I lived, 4 years in Switzerland, 3 years in Geneva, and all these very Muslim guy were fucking all the whores and snorting all the coke of Geneva. Okay, so I love this.
If he's doing coke, he's rich, man.
Yeah. But what I celebrate through that podcast is to show that we all flowing the same blood in our veins. We all brothers.
Of course.
And there's one thing that matters is love. And that's my purpose here by inviting you, by inviting Sheriff. And next time I will invite an Israeli guy, where we come from, there's one thing is to make the world a better place.
Oh.
And that's my point. So now we're coming to the end of the discussion, Sheriff Isaac. I'm going to ask a few last questions. What is your dream?
Honestly, before we end this, I want to ask you a question.
Why?
Or I want to say a thing that we always say, we both say, that racism is good at some point. If you want to be a good racist, it's fine. And I want to explain myself, and I think I can explain you now, because it's me and you at the same time. When you will be a good racist, it means that you are racist, but you think. Most of the racist people, okay, like, this phone is bad, no, I will not use it. I will not ever use it. Even if the phone has a lot of great specs, but I will not use it, that's it. That is a crazy thing that me and you will not handle it. Good racism means good immigrants, means good life, means a good criticize to the bad reality we are living in. But if you want to be a good racist, you have to put points. Like, for me, I want to speak about me now. If I want to point at something, like, this thing is bad, but I don't want to ask, I don't want to know about it.
By the books, when you go into the books, dictionary, Robert Laffont dictionary, racism definition is like you put a hierarchy between races, hence expression of the phenotype, so our DNA, which I completely disagree. Actually, it's very funny you talk about that, and I think it's a fucking taboo right now. I think is there are different races.
Of course.
They are black, they are Asian, they are French, and everybody has
Cheers
its
for
perks.
them all.
Yeah,
Cheers
cheers for all the races in the world. And instead of having a point by saying there's a hierarchy, I quite want to have an opposite side. I think each race has beautiful attributes. Me, I'm an immigrant for 30 years. Man, bro, we all know that French people love to talk, da-da-dee-da-da-da. We all know that actually people from Africa, which is a different race, are gifted with music, with running, they do things that white people can't do. Asian can do things that black and white people can't do. And then,
Levant people, Arabic people can do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think we are like digging into the deep, like taboo here.
I like it because it's taboo, Frenchy taboo talk.
Yes, it is, yeah.
So we have to taboo talk a little bit.
Yeah, yes, if we didn't eat before. So I celebrate that. I celebrate differences. I celebrate different races. And instead of having a definition of saying there's a hierarchy, I would say to people, go fly a kite. We have all differences. And instead of pretending there's hierarchy, no, we have all different perks. Let's celebrate it. And we can all live together. And this is what I'm doing with the first podcast by interviewing people from different countries, different religion, that, we can get along together. And as immigrants, deliver that value to a country which is not ours.
Of course. So before I end and I tell you my dream, my real dream.
Yeah.
I want to address people now. As a Christian,
look at the camera here.
As a Christian Levant, I want to say, for all people in the world, I love you all. I want you, if you go to another place or in another country or in another anything, to represent yourself and your culture in the best way you could. Because I know in every country, in every 1 meter in the world, has a lot of great stuff. And has, of course, a bad stuff, but I want you to represent it in a good way, because I know inside of you there is a good stuff. And if you are bad, die, man. So, yes, I love you all. I love all the people. And my dream is, to came to conclusion, my dream is, honestly, to make my parents, and I want to look at the camera because if my parents watching, I think they will watch, of course.
And your brother also.
Of course. And my brother. I want to make my parents and my brother proud of me because they deserve the best. My father, Salim, I love you so much. You provide a lot of things that even I don't deserve, but you are still providing for me to still here and still good. I love you so much. My mother, really the endless water of life who can I live from your love, honestly. I love you so much. My brother, the real backup for me in all my life. I love you all. My real dream, and this I didn't say it to you, I will say it in front of a lot of people, more than 1.5k they will watch. My real dream is to make you proud of me sooner, not so far, soon. And I want you to see now me and my friend Pierre talking about reality. And thank you everyone for listening. Thank you, Pierre, for hosting me. I love you so much. You are a real friend in a short period, honestly. So thank you so much, man.
Isaac, it was a pleasure. My name is Pierre. His name is Nobu. Welcome to Frenchy Taboo Talk, and we both love you. Peace in the world.